With the seventh round selection, number 233 overall, the Philadelphia Eagles in the 2020 NFL Draft select from Stanford University, which is really the West Coast version of the Philadelphia Eagles, it seems. Defensive end Casey Toohill, he joins me here. And Casey, welcome to Philadelphia. You've had some time to digest all of this. What does it feel like being a member of the Philadelphia Eagles?
Thanks for having me, by the way. Really excited to be a Philadelphia Eagle. I think there's a few teams, programs in the NFL that just have that kind of like historic brand. I think the Eagles are one of them. And I'm excited to get to work. I'm excited to get out there as soon as I can and start to try to earn it.
And there is such a strong connection with Zach Ertz, with J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, with Nate Herbig, all Stanford products, now members of the Philadelphia Eagles. You joined that club. What have those guys told you about being an Eagle?
I mean, I think they've all loved their experience. I mean, I don't know, Zach as well, but I'm really excited to, learn from him, get to know him better. JJ was a really close friend of mine. We came into Stanford together. I'm excited to meet up with him again. And yeah, I played with Nate as well. He's a great player. I'm excited to get back out there against him. And I think, they're all such, high character individuals, great players. So I think, I'll get in to Philly and I'll just have a network of guys that can kind of show me the ropes and I can learn from on both sides of the ball. And I'm excited for that.
So, Casey, before you get into Philly, which we don't know when that's going to be, what are you doing to become a better football player?
Great question. I mean, it really comes down to now, I have the resources, I have the playbook. It's studying that, it's committing that to memory. It's watching tape of, the guys who are there, trying to learn from them, watching the drills, trying to recreate those, and just, working on some of the things I thought were weaknesses that I had in college. I'm getting bigger. I'm trying to get as strong as I can with this, COVID going on. It's a little bit harder, but I have somewhat of a home gym setup. And then, just working on, pass rush technique, just lower body strength, just things I really wanted to improve already. And I know that will help me once I get to Philly.
It seems to be, honestly, Casey, a misconception about you as a quote-unquote tweener, stand-up outside linebacker off the edge, but you did put your hand in the ground at Stanford. I don't think a whole lot of people know that. Do you feel comfortable coming in here as a 4-3 defensive end in this wide nine concept?
Absolutely. I mean, I love how the Eagles play. I love how their D-line plays. I think for me, I did a lot of different things in college, which was great. I'm happy to be versatile, but also I think having the opportunity to focus on doing, pretty much run defense and pass rush is going to be great for me. I think that really can just, pin my ears back and go. And I'm excited for that. I've had opportunities to do that before, and I think that's when I play my best football.
When did you fall in love with this football game?
I remember, I think it was first, just playing in the street when I was like 5 or 6, and just, I was having fun. I was catching the ball, and I'd started to do some things where I was like, okay, I might be good at this. And I just just falling in love with it as a child, watching it on TV. I grew up a Chargers fan, so just watching, LT, Phillip Rivers too, just all those guys really just made me just, want to push myself to see if I could do it. And, I'm happy that I've been in a position to kind of be where I'm at today, but I know the work doesn't stop, and I really want to, constantly improve and achieve more.
So you love the game from the time you were a kid, hopefully playing two-hand touch in the street. When did you think you had a chance to be good enough to play at the NFL level?
I've never really gotten ahead of myself in a sense of, when I was young, I always wanted to play in the NFL, and that was a dream, but I never was like, okay, like I've done this, I'm good enough. It was always like, okay, like, I'm young, play well in Pop Warner, then, play well on the freshman team, then play well on, varsity, earn a scholarship, start at Stanford, or contribute, then start. And then, by the time I got to my last 2 years at Stanford, I was like, okay, it's the next challenge is, try to play well enough that you could be an NFL player, that you could get drafted. And so it was always one step at a time for me. And I think that's really how I'm going to approach this next level too. I don't expect to come in and do anything like crazy in terms of like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm going to make a Pro Bowl my first season. I'm not, my mind isn't there. My mind is, coming in the first practice, learning, working hard, and just improving day by day. I think that mindset has helped me, and that's really what I'm going to continue when I get to Philly.
You seem to be a guy, Casey, who loves challenges. And I know at Stanford, heavy academic load. You were accomplished 3-time member of the Pac-12 all-academic team. When along the line did academics become really important to you? How did you kind of get filled with that ambition academically?
I mean, that's just been early on, and I attribute that to my parents. I mean, they always stress just, if you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it 100%, and you can be the best at everything you try. It really is just how hard you work and kind of the effort that you put into it. I mean, ever since I was young, it was always, you can be good at football. It's important. It's like great to do that, but it's also like first and foremost, you have to compete academically, and that needs to be a strong suit of yours. So, I mean, I always kind of attacked both and just really wanted to be the best at both those things.
Political science major at Stanford. Give me a class or two that really you remember that jumped out for their unusual class or something really difficult.
Sure. So, I mean, I would say my favorite class I took at Stanford, it wasn't exactly a political science class, but it was called negotiation. And so our teacher was a negotiation expert, and he worked for the Harvard Negotiation Project, which was basically this group of individuals that went into, difficult places, whether it was challenging legal negotiations or it was, war-torn countries negotiating with rebels or soldiers, just a ton of different experiences there. But it was basically just a class on, dealing with people, having difficult conversations, things like that. And I think that's probably served me the best. And that's probably the most applicable of any class I've ever had. And so I loved every minute of that. I don't even think I got an A in that class, but I really feel like I learned the most from it.
When you're on the football field, you're going to have to negotiate in a different way. You got to get to the quarterback, man. You got to get to the football. So you talked about earlier getting into the weight room and getting your workouts. Do you think that building strength is kind of the first goal that you have to get to that level that you really want to get to?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of things. I think strength is important, especially playing defensive end. I mean, I won't have to drop in coverage anymore, so I think adding on some weight, or drop in coverage as much. So I think adding on some weight is just a great move, and that's something I want to do. I want to be stronger on that edge. I think a lot of it's, studying film, watching the older guys on the team, watching other guys in the NFL, and just getting accustomed to that speed, because things that may have worked in college won't work at the next level. So it's just, preparation, drill work, and then, I think just building up some strength, some additional quickness off the line should serve me well.
What are your early thoughts on kind of what the Eagles want from their D linemen? Do you sense it's a get up the field and cause havoc kind of approach?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's exactly what it is from what I'm learning. And I mean, I still have a lot to learn, so I won't act like I'm any sort of extrovert. But yeah, just get off as fast as you can, just aggressively attack blockers, get to the quarterback, and finish. And I think, that's how they've played. I'd love to be a part of that, so I'm going to come in and do my best with that.
Casey, I guess the next step is a rookie camp that comes up here in the next few days. Any sense of what you're going to go through during those few days?
Yeah, I mean, I anticipate we're going to start, learning some of the playbook, learning just kind of the way, the team culture works with, meetings, learn about special teams, things like that. And I'm excited for it all. I want to get this thing rolling. It's definitely a different time, kind of being stuck and not being able to go out to Philadelphia. But I think it's a great challenge. So, it's really going to come down to how, we rookies, work on our own, how we learn on our own. And it's great. We can have meetings. We have access to the playbook, but I think the impetus is really on us. So it comes down to, how we work, how prepared we are, and then we have to come in and compete.
You're a professional football player, man. Has it really sunken in?
Yeah, it definitely did. But I think with that, I had a few days, and that was great. And I'm still stoked. I can't wait to get out there. But I haven't really earned. I've earned, the opportunity to be drafted maybe, but I haven't earned being a professional football player. I haven't made the team yet. So there's challenges ahead of me, and right now it's just the process of going day by day and improving so that I'm ready to meet those challenges and learning. So I'm going to come in and just work and learn, because I know I haven't earned being a football player for the Philadelphia Eagles yet. I may have been drafted, but I really need to put the work in and just focus on those challenges.
Well, it's just another challenge. You faced them for a long time. You tested beautifully at the combine. You played great football at Stanford, and obviously the Philadelphia Eagles have big plans for you. So thank you so much for joining us here. Congratulations on being an Eagle, and can't wait to meet you in Philadelphia.
Sounds great. Thanks so much.